We met each other under strange circumstances. I wasn't looking for anything serious at the time. Only a one-night stand, really. However, she captivated me. She wasn't beautiful by any stretch of imagination. Her skin was far too pale and far too full of imperfections. She was skinny beyond any attractive standards, and her eyes were always so wide and full of sadness. I always joked with her that she looked like skin and bones. I was sure I ate enough for the both of us. She was a picky woman who didn't like to eat much. I wasn't gonna push her. Despite all of this, I fell in love with her almost instantly. I went back to visit her a few times before I asked her to move in with me. Of course, there was no protest from her. I kind of thought she wanted to be with me as much as I wanted to be with her. Her name was Clara Claiborne. I'd seen photos of her from her younger years. She was beautiful. I grasped onto that and imagined I was dancing with that beautiful young woman in my dreams. After seeing Clara for a few glorious months, I asked her when we'd be able to visit her parents. She was reluctant. I won't lie and say I wasn't as well. I'd never been the meet-the-parents kind of guy. I was the kind of guy to pick up a gal at her place and then take her back before anyone really noticed. I wasn't the committed type. When I looked at Clara, however, I felt at ease. Like what we had was special. I decided to look up her parents' address without telling her. No matter how much she seemed to not want me to meet them, I felt like I had to. I had to let them know how much I loved their daughter. I arrived at their place wearing a nice sweater and a pair of jeans. Nothing too fancy. Didn't want to scare them off. I calmly knocked on the door, my nerves shot and my body shaking. An elderly woman in a purple nightgown answered. Yes? She looked me up and down, her face twisted in disapproval. Hello, ma'am. My name is Randy. I'm here to tell you that, I'm courting your daughter. Her eyes went wide and she clenched her frail hands into fists. What? Her lips were trembling. Clara, I'm here to tell you that I love her, and I'm going to ask her to marry me. I wanted to get you and your husband's permission, however. So please, just give me a chance. I'll treat her how she deserves, I swear. Get out. Her voice was like venom in my blood. What? Get off of my porch! She reached behind the door and grabbed a steel baseball bat, automatically swinging it in my direction. I hurried off the porch, and she pulled a cell phone out of her pocket. I heard her yelling into her phone as I ran back to my car. I threw my seatbelt on, turning to Clara in the front seat. You were right, babe. She didn't like me. I could feel her smugness. Maybe we'll have better luck with your dad, I commented as I peeled my way out of the driveway. I had to wash the dirt and grime from my body as soon as I got home. Clara always complained if I was messy. Settling down onto the couch, I turned on the television to try and calm my nerves from the horribly trying day. As I turned on the news, the familiar face of Miss Claiborne filled the screen, and I called Clara in to see what her mother was talking about.
Miss Claiborne, could you please describe the man to us again?
The elderly woman sobbed into her handkerchief, her eyes stinging horribly and mixing in with her runny nose. He was tall, scarily so. He was extremely overweight, long and greasy hair pulled back into a ponytail. He looked like he hadn't showered in days. He smelled like like death. He told me he was dating my daughter. Oh, God! She took a break to sob into her handkerchief again, blowing her nose loudly. My daughter died 15 years ago. She was only 20 years old. Oh, God, he has her! He has my little girl! The officer threw a blanket over her shaking frame, trying to comfort her as best he could.
Where is your husband, ma'am?
She sniffled again, playing idly with a thread on her nightgown. He died about the same time as our daughter. They were both always so close. I think it was a broken heart. I've lived alone since then. That's awful. I shook my head and held Claire's hands in mine. I really hope that your mom finds the culprit that harassed her. I might have been able to catch him if I had stayed longer. I leaned forward to leave a kiss on her wrinkled face. At least your dad seemed to like me better. I held up the 2 wedding rings he had given to me for my visit and placed one on her delicate finger. Now we can be together. Forever. I declared to her in triumph. I swear, I could see her smiling.